What up, you guys? Joey coming at you with another episode of Toy Talk. Entering the home stretch here of our comparison between the Diamond Select and Vintage ToyBiz Lord of the Rings figures. Up today we have got the Moria Orc. So yeah, we'll start with the oldest figure first and then head into the newer one and do a side-by-side comparison. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, so here's the 2001-2002 ToyBiz Moria Orc figure. And this guy's a little weird. This video will be a little more different than the other ones in general, just because these figures are not necessarily the same character, and the Diamond Select one especially is intended more as an army builder. So this guy right here, I got used, so I don't know if this is all of his accessories. But yeah, just in general, this guy's a weird figure. He's engineered a lot different than a lot of the other ToyBiz Lord of the Rings figures. And he's just a little more cartoonier and weirdly proportioned. He's bigger than the dwarves and the hobbits, and is pretty much the same size as like Legolas and Aragorn. He's pretty sizable for an orc. Especially like a Moria Orc, when those are the sort of small goblin-y-esque ones. So this guy, yeah, his sculpted detail is really good, but it still kind of continues that kind of gummy, chunky aspect that all those ToyBiz figures did. If anything, even more so, like just because this is a sharp design. There's blades and stuff all over, but you know, we've got these rubbery materials and everything that just kind of dull him out, make him look a little less sharp, less threatening. But his paint is awesome. He's got this dirty griminess all over him. Looks like he's been living in a dwarven mine for years and years. One of the things I don't like of this sculpt is the face. It's okay. It's serviceable. It actually looks better through the viewfinder of my camera than it does in person. I don't think like the eyes are big enough. It looks a little more piggy, which I mean, I guess orcs traditionally are a little more pig-esque than, you know, in the Tolkien movies, but it just feels off to me. I think it's like really like the mouth and like the eyes, like it just doesn't feel goblin-y enough, I guess. It looks good, like it reads as an orc. And he's got his hair. He has a really bad receding hairline. But yeah, I mean, all this sculpt and paintwork is really good. It's just more of the aesthetic of this figure that I don't really vibe with as much. He's got like kind of these big beefy thighs with this like sculpted, you know, skin texture on that just looks weird. Yeah, I mean, he's all right. He comes with, at least the one I've got, he still has his spear. But yeah, he's pretty neat. For articulation, he's probably the most articulate of all these ToyBiz figures we've looked at. His head goes up that far, goes down that far. He's got a little bit of a rock to him, and he can swivel all the way around. Arms got 360. Shoulder pads get in the way a little bit. They can go up that far. And he's got single joint on the elbow that gets him just a little bit past 90 degrees there. It's pretty good. But then he just has a hinge on his wrist. No swivel on both wrists. Just really dated sort of action figure engineering. I don't know why. He's got no cut or anything to give any sort of swivel there. Makes it really kind of frustrating posing him. But yeah, just kind of odd. No diaphragm joint or anything. It's not a big deal because of how this is sculpted. This is all a softer rubbery or plastic on top of it. Yeah, he's got a waist joint. Works just fine. Kind of gets stopped at these farther points by the skirt pieces and everything, but you can get it past just that rubbery plastic. These legs, kick forward about that far, and go back that far. And he can do the splits really, really well. Check that out. And then he's got these double jointed knees. Give him way past 90 degrees. And then he's got just an ankle hinge there. No pivot, which kind of stinks, especially with the way this guy, you know, how these legs are sculpted. Like, he's clearly supposed to be squatting, and it can be kind of hard to get him in those positions and look natural without a little bit of ankle pivot. But, you know, it's possible. But yeah, you'll see, struggling to balance him there. If there's some ankle pivot, you could just sort of press down on him and give him a little bit of sturdiness there. But yeah, overall, he's really, really well articulated for a ToyBiz figure, but he's really brought down by these just hinge joint wrists and ankles. But unlike every other ToyBiz figure we've looked at so far, besides Frodo, he doesn't have a shoehorned in action feature. No lever to do anything with, no legs squeezed together to get him to slash. So his articulation and sculpt is not hampered by that. So he looks good in different poses. He isn't sculpted with one specific pose in mind, so that's definitely a plus for this guy. But we shall see and compare once we get to Diamond Select figures. So let's go check him out, see how he stacks up. So here is the Diamond Select Moria Orc, and yeah, they're clearly not quite exactly the same orc, but they're definitely, you know, of the same family here. They've got that very similar, you know, that Moria armor. But yeah, this guy, unlike a lot of the other ToyBiz and Diamond Select ones, is significantly smaller than the ToyBiz one. And again, I think that's up to pretty much just ToyBiz kind of taking liberties and being inconsistent with scale. But yeah, this guy is really cool. He's really got that sharp sculpted detail that Diamond Select's been bringing to it, and a really good paint job to match. He again looks like he's been in a cave for quite a while. He doesn't have as much of that, you know, dark wash that the ToyBiz one did all over, but he does have some nice like brown weathering and dry brushing, and his armor looks rusty and crusty and dusty. Yeah, his face looks way more Moria Orc-y to me. This one looks really goblin-esque, and he's got those big, deep sunken eyes, but with those big bags there and that little toothy grin. He doesn't have any hair though, totally bald. I would have liked to see a little bit of hair there. It would have been awesome. But considering, you know, how this was engineered, so this is a removable head. So okay, yeah, that's all right. And like I said, this is definitely intended to be an army builder, so like, yeah, you got a bunch of different orcs. He's got this, unlike the ToyBiz one, he's got this like little chainmail harness here, and that's just sort of free floating there. That looks really nice. I really like the color of his skin a little more. It's a little more sickly green and less of that like weird minty color. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, for accessories, he comes with this spear, which looks a little more Moria Orc-y to me and a little less Mordor Orc. This sort of sick-looking harpoon thing. And then he also comes with this weird sword. I just got like a little handle there. It looks nice. I don't really recall seeing this specifically in the movie, but there's a lot of swords in Lord of the Rings, so, you know, as many times as I've seen those movies, I definitely could have missed it. Yeah, and on top of those weapons, he also comes with an alternate helmeted head. And this is just awesome. And especially, like, with it being like an army builder, you can buy multiple ones of these, have some unhelmeted. Pop the head off. You got that little harness piece. Just pop this head back on. And you've got some that are also helmeted, and that just looks awesome. Look at those eyes, that bright gold paint just shining through. That looks awesome. Look at that. Oh, that's spectacular. That compared to like the really sort of dull yellowy plastic, like it's got a little bit of pearlescent to it, but it's not as piercing. That is just awesome. Compare those together. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's just awesome. Yeah, this guy's got really solid articulation. So his head goes up that far, looks down that much. He's got solid sort of side-to-side rock and a full 360. It's pretty much the same on both heads. They don't really interrupt with anything. But he's got a full 360 on his arms. He's got this. It kind of gets him away a little bit, but not that much. These arms go out just about that far. Not quite so much, but it's all right. Serviceable. He's got a bicep cut there. Double jointed elbows. Get him well beyond 90 degrees. It could go further, but you know that armor also kind of gets in the way. And then a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. So his hands can go down and all the way back. And yeah, you get some of that paint chipping here too, like Diamond Selects likes to do. Yeah, he's also got a diaphragm joint sort of hidden under that armor there, so he can do a little swivel. He can crunch that far forward and not too far back. And then his legs, he can kick that far forward. Can't really kick all that much back because his butt sculpt gets in the way. He's got to cut at the upper thigh. Double jointed knees. Hinge at the ankle. And ankle pivot. Really, really solid articulation. He's a lot easier to get in some cool dynamic poses compared to that ToyBiz one. It just looks awesome. And he's got, you know, some versatility with his weapons as well as that alternate head sculpt. That's really, really solid. And the sculpting and paint on this guy is really great. That's just the, you know, the durability of it with it being a Diamond Select figure, and there's so much paint on him that over time he probably will scuff and flake off. But yeah, let's compare these two figures together. So yeah, here they are together. Unlike all of the other figures, the Diamond Select one is significantly smaller than the ToyBiz one. Yeah, it's just a weird scale thing, I guess. The Diamond Select one to me definitely feels a lot better scale. Those Moria Orcs, they're small, they're wiry. The Urukai, you know, this ToyBiz Moria Orc feels more like an Urukai body structure to me. From this far back and like together, like that ToyBiz one looks like the Green Goblin.
That's right.
It's just missing some purple. Yeah, honestly, the Diamond Select one wins out here for me. Easy, easy, easy. It looks perfect. The paint job is great. The articulation is great. The ToyBiz one is good, but like it still kind of has that chunky aspect to it, and it doesn't feel as sharp as it needs to. And it doesn't have that versatility, both in the articulation with the weird wrists and ankles and the accessories. And this Diamond Select one having alternate heads is a big, big plus, because I love, 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 love this helmet. It looks awesome. It would focus on it, yeah. Check that, that's just so cool. And honestly, this orc is probably my least favorite ToyBiz Lord of the Rings figure I have in my collection. It's just like, it's good. It just really isn't my cup of tea. It's not. I like the Moria Orc design, but I feel like it doesn't really do it justice. Not nearly as much as Diamond Select did, and it's not really as much fun to hold. It's also definitely ToyBiz syndrome. It's loosey-goosey and doesn't stand too great. It's not as bad as a lot of Marvel Legends do now at this point. They just don't age well. But yeah, these guys, both are really solid, and honestly I think they look okay together. You could probably, if you wanted to fill out an orc army, you could get away with these two guys on the same shelf. It's really, really fun to have that versatility with something like this, or like, unlike clone troopers or stormtroopers, where everything has to look exactly the same. Orcs are all like sort of ramshackle, and it just looks awesome. They really look great. Um, Despite me liking the Diamond Select one better, I do suggest both. If you got a Lord of the Rings collection and you're getting an Orc army, you need every Orc figure you can find. But I had to buy this ToyBiz one, and I paid $30 for him. Uh, Almost, I think, over 40 after shipping, which is the most I paid for any of these figures, bar the deluxe ToyBiz Sauron. But that one deserved a higher price tag. This one, I don't know why it was that expensive. It was the only listing I could find anywhere, and I wanted to make these videos for you guys, so I just went ahead and pulled the trigger. I don't think either of these figures are worth that price tag, but they're definitely worth, the 25 to 30 that the Diamond Select is. I think both of them are worth about that 20-25 range. Um, yeah, they're worth picking up if you ever find them, especially that Diamond Select one to build that Sauron Build-A-Figure. But yeah, there isn't all that much to say about these guys. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can check out the last couple videos in this ongoing series and see any other stuff we put out, awesome shows on the Nostalgic Network, or any other Toy Talk shows we keep doing. Like I said, this is a pretty free-flowing show for me, so anything you guys would like to see, any other comparisons, shows, anything like that, just drop it in the comments below. I'd love to get your feedback. I read all the comments, so yeah, just drop them down there, and we can go from there. Yep, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.